waxworks weren't meant to be looked at for nothing, no.
Contrary-wise, if you think we're alive, then you ought to speak.
I'm sure that I'm very sorry.
I know what you're thinking, but it isn't so, no-how.
Contrary-wise, if it was so, it might be, and if it were so, it would be. But as it isn't, it ain't. That's logic.
I was thinking, which is the best way out of this wood? It's getting late and... Well, they do so look like a couple of schoolboys. Next boy.
No-how!
Next boy?
Contrary-wise.
Oh, please, would you just tell me
Do you
which...
like poetry?
Yeah, some poetry.
What shall we repeat to her?
The walrus and the carpenter, that's longest.
I like the way you think.
But if it's very long...
Have a seat.
You start. I shall. You, my brother. The sun was shining on the sea.
Shining with all his might.
He was doing his very best to make
The billows pure and bright.
And this was
Because it was
the middle of the night.
The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They went like anything to see such quantities of sand.
Oh, if this were only cleared away.
They said it would be grand.
Oh, oysters, come and walk with us, the walrus did beseech. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk, along the briny beach.
We cannot do with more than 4 to give a hand to each. The eldest oyster looked at him, but nay a word he said. The eldest oyster winked his eyes and shook his heavy head. Mean to say he did not choose to leave the oyster bed.
But 4 young oysters hurried up, all eager for their treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd because, you know, they had a dirty feet. And 4 other oysters followed them, and yet another 4. And thick and fast they came, and lasted more and more and more, all hopping through the frothy waves and scrambling to the shore.
The walrus and the carpenter walked on a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock conveniently low. And not a little oyster stood and waited in a row. The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings.
And why the sea is boiling hot and whether pigs have wings.
A loaf of bread, the walrus said, is what we chiefly need.
Pepper and vinegar besides are very good indeed.
Now if you're ready, oysters
dear, we can begin to feed. But not on us, the oysters cried, turning a little blue. After such kindness, there will be a dismal thing to do.
But the night is fine, the walrus said. Do you admire the view?
Oh, it seems a shame the walrus said it played them such a trick. After we made them trot out so far and made them walk so quick.
The carpenter said nothing, but the butter spread too thick. I weep for you, the walrus said. I deeply sympathize.
With sobs and tears, he sorted out those of larger size, holding his pocket handkerchief before his streaming eyes.
Oh, oyster, said the carpenter, you've had a pleasant run. Shall we be traveling home again? But the answer there came not.
And this was scarcely odd because they'd eaten every one.
I like the walrus best, because you see, he felt a little sorry for the poor oysters.
He ate more than the carpenter, though. He held his handkerchief in front, said that the carpenter couldn't count how many he took, contrary-wise.
That was mean. And then I like the carpenter best, if he didn't eat as many.
He ate as many as he could get.
Well, they were both very unpleasant characters. At any rate, I really ought to be going. It's getting late and... Do you think it's going to rain?
No, I don't believe it is, at least not under here. No. Not for you, for us.
Well, it'll rain outside.
It may if it chooses. We've no objection. Contrary-wise.
You selfish things.
Very cute. Yeah, very good. Yeah.